Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another reaction for you guys. Today guys, of course, I'm here to check out the next episode of The Batman, continuing the journey of The Batman. This is The Batman Season 1, Episode 12, The Rubber Face of Comedy. Interesting title. So last week's episode, Penguin returned back to his old ways, stealing money, using his birds to steal money, and then he sees on the television after losing to Batman and getting pantsed at the beginning of the episode, and then he loses his pants again towards the end of the episode, but he sees on TV, and he gets out of the van, no pants on, and sees that Bruce is going to be on some sort of show, the day in the life of, or something or whatever, and he's being the main focus. He's like, So he goes to Bruce's house and everything, and they're filming the show, and then he has to, like, say, well, something's going on with my friend, I gotta leave, and then he fights Penguin and everything, and we had this whole thing here where the reporter and the cameraman are there, they're filming the fight that's happening on the roof of Bruce's house, of course, Wayne Manor, and Batman and Penguin are fighting. And then that's where the phrase comes in about, because she's like, did you get everything? She's like, well, it's a dark night. And she's like, the dark night. I'm like, interesting. And then she makes the point because Bruce drives up and everything, and the Batman's still on the roof. But before we see Batman's on the roof, it's Alfred. But when Bruce pulls up, she's like, you know what? Batman and Bruce, like, you guys have not been in the same area at the same time. But then the implication, look, it's the Dark Knight, it's Batman. And then he drives off in the, Alfred, as Batman drives off in the Batmobile, returns, and he has it on backwards and everything, and it was really funny. But it was an overall really good episode, and it kind of goes to show that this show can have some weirdness and stuff, because literally Penguin came back and he's just going crazy in the house or whatever while Bruce is gone. Just kind of goes to show how silly the show can be at times, but also addressing the points about how she immediately thought, you, Bruce, you haven't been in the same area as Batman. Like, that's interesting. And then the whole thing about the Dark Knight. It's like little stuff like that that's pretty interesting that they're throwing into the mix. So we're getting close to the season 1 finale, guys. We have this episode, then the next episode, then season 1 is done. So let's get into tonight, guys. I'm enjoying the hell out of the show. Season 1, episode 12, The Rubber Face of Comedy. Let's go. Jesus.
The circus is in town.
Oh my gosh. Hello. Stop. Yeah, you had no chance. I'm sorry.
I call it Joker Putty.
Joker Putty? I was wondering what that was. Here comes Batmobile, right? Oh? Oh. What the fuck? Oh my god.
Most of the guys on that board are in prison now. Or are And who will receive credit for those busts?
Batman.
You? That's right. The Batman.
Batman.
Well, I'm
The
tired
Dark
of
Knight.
clowns and vigilantes turning my department, no exceptions.
So Batman's on the list.
I want Gotham's finest to take down Joker before the Batman does.
Maybe we'd have more success
If we work with the
if we tried
Batman?
working with bats.
Yeah. Ooh. Controversy.
Maybe you could wear spandex and be the bat sidekick.
I mean,
You'd better
sure.
figure out where your loyalties lie, detective,
Ooh.
and fast. Joker Putty.
Joker Putty. I don't understand, but okay. Well, that was a cool shot. Joker. Yep. Dude! That took like no effort to throw him. Oh, shit. Okay, good. Okay, about to say, wow. Yeah, you're toast. Oh, shit.
You take Joker. The Batman's mine.
Okay, sure, Batman's yours. I mean, he doesn't want to take him down. Exactly. Good dodge. Fall back. Good job. Exactly, he knows.
Detective,
Yep.
we're on the same side.
Yes.
Tell it to the chief.
Exactly, he made his face. I knew it.
The chief of police considers this vigilante
Yes.
a greater menace than the clown prince of crime?
Oh, I love that, the slow fallback. That's great. Of course, he wasn't going to fall off, but yeah, that's good. Really? He's only doing this because he was told to.
Take my hand.
Good save. Wow.
Rojas is gonna eat me alive.
Well, you actually did try to stop him. So, oh.
How would you feel about bringing
allow someone
Telling
besides
him?
myself to know the Batman's
Okay.
identity.
Joker remakes the largest monument in Gotham in
He
his
does.
own image.
Of course he
In
does.
effect, telling us he owns this city. One more blunder like tonight, and you can kiss your badge goodbye.
Wow, you're gonna lose your job. Jesus Christ.
Hey, don't let Yin scare you off. She only has it out for the Batman.
Which is him.
Listen, Ethan.
You tell him? Oh, it's of course phone.
Just a second.
We have a Joker sighting. The gallery
Joker sighting.
on 23rd. I'm across town.
Suit up. All the time. Every time. Love how they showed the suiting up. Because they don't have to at this point. He's done it so much, but yeah. Turn that frown upside down. Oh my god. I just said
Sawdust.
sawdust.
Flecked with blue.
It's old carnival.
Things must come
Makes
to
so
an
much sense. It's an old carnival. Of course.
last batch.
Sir,
Investigative work. In the car.
not yet.
That's wow, that's really bizarre. Keep looking.
Very thin lines.
That's not creepy at all. Oh Jesus.
Detective, we're on the same side.
Chief, Basil!
Jesus. What the hell?
It's not my fault, Chief. All it takes is one too many orders to make the cuckoo call.
Okay. Oh? That's him.
Takes is one rotten day. It seems you and I finally share the same sense of humor.
Seems like it. Oh?
Don't fool yourself, Joker.
You don't know what this stuff does to humans.
Oh? What the fuck?
For that matter, neither do I. Let's find out.
No! Bennett.
Oh, he inhaled it, I think. Oh, that's weird. Oh, Jesus. He just kicked it. Oh, shit. Yeah, be careful. Oh! This is really interesting, like an interesting ride or whatever.
Try living inside my head.
Fair point. Damn. Okay, be careful. Good blocking with that shield kind of thing. Uh-oh.
Jeez. The tragedy.
This tragedy.
Hold it.
Oh, come on. Seriously.
There's nowhere to go. Go. You saved my partner's life. This is the repayment of that debt. A one-time deal.
One time.
The next time we
One
meet
time.
Batman, the mask comes off.
I warned you, Bennett. You're suspended.
Suspended. Jesus.
Not so sure the bag suits
Do anything. Oh, wow.
You sound sick.
He's been coughing this whole time.
I may be going through some changes. What was it you wanted to tell me today?
Don't worry about it.
Tomorrow. Over hoops.
Over hoops. Oh, shit. I think I remember somebody mentioning that it was a two-parter coming up. My God. Dang it. I hate the fact that it was like a cliffhanger like that. Unfortunately, I think I read something that I think tells me what's happening to Bennett here, because I just didn't really think about it because I was like searching up the show or whatever as I was getting into it. And I clicked on Ethan's name and it pulled up a character, a villain. And I think I know what's happening here. I forgot about it until this episode was going on. I'm like thinking, and that ending just brought the memory back. Oh shit, Ethan's becoming fucking Clayface. Oh boy. And the whole thing about it is Joker Putty, which is a very bizarre thing. I'm trying to think, has Joker ever made something like this in the comics? I don't know, but it's so bizarre. We also have, what was it? Judy and Punch. I think that was the names of the henchmen for Joker, the really strong ones. They were using this putty at the beginning at the bank, and they can just spray it, and then they can just like basically turn everything into just like meshy goo putty. And they're able to break into safes and shit. And they spray it on the feet. Well, Joker sprays it on the feet of the two henchmen. And they're able to bounce like a bouncy ball, away. They spray the vehicle they came in on, and literally they threw it in the air and it was bouncing down the road. Okay, this putty is ridiculous, like the way it just works. And then the first episode of the show, there was that statue with that giant sword, and apparently it was being remodeled or something. I think there was like damage to it or whatever. I think, but they had that because we had the hot air balloon, and then of course, I think Batman steered it to where the balloon actually hit that sword on that gold statue. They were back there using Joker putty to rearrange the face to make it Joker's face on that statue. That was pretty interesting. So great action throughout the episode. The two henchmen was definitely interesting. It was an interesting addition to the Jokers because we've already had, now this is the third appearance. I think the third appearance of Joker so far in the show. I think because we had the first episode of the show. We had where he was carding people. He had a fake Joker at first, but it was really him behind everything. And now he's back pretty quickly again. And so the henchman added a little variety to it. And the whole Joker putty definitely changed a lot about what he's wanting to do or whatever. And we get to see more behind the scenes, essentially, of the GCPD. I'll flip the word there. Wow. GCPD. The Gotham City Police Department. Because Bennett and Yin and the rest of them are getting basically read the riot act by their superior. I forget his name. But he was pointing out how literally Gotham 6 months ago was one of the lowest crime cities in the world or whatever. And now, yesterday, he's pulling a paper. We were named the most dangerous city or the most scariest city because of all these people. And this was before the Joker incident with the whole Joker putty shit. So things have definitely changed. And this was actually mentioned early on in the show. Bennett was saying this to Bruce about, I wonder if these villains are coming out. They're actually bringing out the Batman. And Bruce is saying, hopefully it's not the other way around, implying that with Bruce going out there as Batman, he's actually like causing people to come out as villains to rise up to meet him. Like good rises, evil rises up to face it. Evil rises, good rises up to face it. So the whole clashing thing. And it kind of goes the whole thing about in Star Wars where Jedi and Sith, where they have to rise up against each other, where, there's always balance where when there's Jedi, Sith will rise up to face it. Sith are rising up, Jedi will rise up to face it. That's kind of the mentality, just the rising back and forth. So the implication from the guy running the police department was saying, look, it's all Batman. We have to stop him. And Yin has been trying really hard. And Bennett, controversial opinion, he's like, what if we actually work with the Batman? And he's like, if you do not get in line, you need to know where your loyalties lie. So Bennett actually tries to stop Batman on the scaffolding of where that statue was. They were high up on there. Bruce luckily was holding on to him and everything and trying to save him. And then, of course, Yin comes in and saves Bennett. But then, of course, Batman's gone. But that's the first time really where Bennett was like forced to make a decision. He was actually trying to stop Batman. He really hasn't tried to do that before because literally he's had his life saved by the Batman. So that's understandable why he said that earlier in the episode. He's like, I wonder if we, instead of going against him, we work with him. So obviously not the right place to say that, but he's trying here. He's trying. I like the fact that Bruce talked to Alfred after that run-in and was saying, what if we bring Bennett into the fold? What if I tell him? I've known him for so long. Why don't I tell him the secret and everything? And Alfred's like, well, I mean, it's like a thing to where when you reveal your secret identity to somebody, especially somebody who's been around you for so long and you can trust him enough, how is he going to respond once he's told that information? Like, Bruce tried to tell him, and then he was going to tell him, well, he was going to try to tell him at that point, and then, of course, he got called on the bat wave, but also Ethan got a call about, Joker's been spotted. I like how they're like, we spotted the Joker. It's like, we got to go. Like, okay. Of course we have to. Of course, right? And so Bruce, before that, ending there, says, okay, yeah, we'll play ball tomorrow. We'll shoot hoops. I'll tell you tomorrow what it is. No, you're not. Maybe he does. Maybe he actually does. I don't know. But this is going to be interesting. I feel bad for him because literally Bennett was taken by Joker and of course we're at a carnival. Of course we're at a rundown carnival. It makes so much sense. It's a Joker thing to do. But he has that spinning thing. It's warping Bennett's mind and he's seeing stuff and hearing stuff and he's having these visions and he breaks. And he's laughing with the Joker and everything. And then Yin shows up and, I guess at the moment Bruce wasn't really thinking, but he throws the batarang, and it hits the gun out of Joker's hand, you know, the Joker putty gun, and it lands, and there's that gas rises up, and of course Bennett inhales it, and he's been coughing the whole the rest of the episode. He's just coughing. He's just really getting sick from it. And Joker even says, "You don't know what this will do to humans," before, you know, he doesn't ultimately fire it on Bennett, but still, he's like, he says, I'm like, you know, but he doesn't. He's like, well, and then when Yin puts her gun down, he's like, well, good, because I really don't know what this would do to humans either. Like, I have no idea what it would do. He just said that threat to make the point and for her to, you know, not fire. Of course, that kid safety-ish type gun, it's not really a pistol or whatever. It's just like, it looks like an alien type weapon. But it's really funny to see that, because at the time they couldn't just show police with actual guns. They had to create these kind of, you know, alien-esque type things, or they're guns, but they're definitely not, you know, the same. So it's interesting how we're seeing that fully and clearly in some of these episodes. And yeah, and Batman and Joker have a great fight. He has that, like, I think he's like, he was the frowny one, wasn't it? No, he had the smiley one, because he turned the frown upside down on the one mask. He was using it like a shield. Yen actually lets Batman go. I was quite surprised by that. But then again, it kind of makes sense, because Bruce saved Bennett's life, even though unfortunately with his decision of throwing the batarang and everything, and the smoke coming from the putty that's on the ground now, he inhales it. Unfortunately, Bruce failed at that, but he had no idea. But Yin, who's been trying so hard this whole time of the show to stop Batman, to bring him in, actually allows him to go. But she said this is a one-time thing. If I see you again, the cowl's coming off. Okay, I get it, because she's letting him go this one time. But ultimately, it's like, she made an interesting call there, and Bennett unfortunately got suspended. But I thought when he said something about his badge that he was going to get fired. I guess he meant suspension, but regardless, it's still pretty brutal. But then he says, I don't even know if the badge is for me anymore. Like, all this shit's happening to me because I'm a cop. I mean, realistically, something could happen to you if you're just living in Gotham. But in terms of being on the police force, and especially being a part of the group that's going after the Batman, and potentially being called in first to go after the villains, this stuff's been happening quite a bit. Like, Bennett has been through a lot of shit, more than a cop should really have to go through. So his whole thinking is, maybe the police force is not for me. Maybe this is not for me. Maybe this is not the life for me. But then unfortunately now things are changing drastically for him, and he can't go back. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I hate the fact that it's 2 weeks. Someone's like, are you going to react to both episodes? Scheduling-wise, I just can't. I don't have the time. But yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. And man, oh man, shit's getting real. Of course, Joker. I mean, I should have put 2 and 2 together, the Joker putty thing or whatever. But like, I thought it was such an interesting concept. It's like so bizarre. It's so out of left field. But then again, people are saying Joker is over the top when he appears on this show. And there's just shit that they do that just really is crazy, but it just works for the show. So yeah, I'm excited to see where they go from here, because literally this show can just do whatever the hell they want. Because this show has done some really over-the-top shit. This is definitely not a grounded show. Clearly not a grounded show, because it's kind of grounded in a sense of like where Bruce doesn't have powers, because of course he didn't have powers. But the villains he's facing and everything, this is clear as day not a grounded Batman show. He is just doing some really crazy shit. He has over-the-top fighting, some really like moments where you go, the fuck, what? But it's the way the show's been set up, so it works for it. So anyways, that's the video. I'm curious to know what you guys think of this episode. I'm curious to know your thoughts. Whatever thoughts you have, let me know in the comments below. I hate the fact we have to wait a week for part 2 of these episodes, but regardless, I'm enjoying the hell out of the show, and I thank you guys so much for supporting the videos. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.